Hi guys, welcome to B's Speed Shop. This is my first project I'm going to be working on. It's my 2004 Mazda MX5. So I want to do a few track days and a few drift events. So I've got a new roll bar which I'm going to install in this video. So this is my new GC Fabrication Roll Bar that I'm going to be installing today. I'll put the camera down and get this blue stuff off so we can have a better look at it. So now that that blue packaging is off, you can really see that this is a really high quality piece. It comes with all the hardware needed to install it. So the main reason I went for this one is it's got a harness bar, but it's also got a slot so you can still use the original seat belts, which is my aim, because I want to, as well as using this car for track and drift events, I also want to use it on the road, just driving from shows and stuff. So it'd be easier just to put the normal seat belt on rather than fiddling with the harness. So before I can get this installed, I got to take out the seats, get rid of the old roll bar. There's a little bit of trimming that needs to be done on the, I guess you'd call it the back parcel shelf. So let's get on with that. So to take the seats out, there's just 4 14mm bolts holding them in. So I'll quickly get them out, get the seats out, and then we can move on to the back. So because this car has heated seats, there's just this little cable. I had to just push that in and then they just unclip. And also, just so I don't lose the screws, bolts even, I've just loosely put them back in where I took them out from. So now I just need to do the same on the driver's side, and then we can start removing this old roll bar. So I've got the driver's seat out as well now. I've just done the same thing, put the bolts back in, and that one was simple enough just to unclip. So now what I'm going to do is, I've also removed these, I don't know what you call them, scuff panels. I'm also going to remove these side plates, and I know there's a bit of trimming, something here you've got to trim a bit of plastic back. So I'll take the seat belts off, take these plastic bits off, and then all the carpet's got to come out, and then hopefully this roll bar will then come out. So we've got the old roll bar out now, and that windbreaker piece. So I've got the interior completely stripped out now, so it's ready for a test fit. So I'll grab the bar, test fit it, mark out on those 2 back areas where I need to cut a bit out. Hopefully I can still do it with the carpet in there. If not, I'll just take the carpet out, do it that way. So what I've decided to do is, instead of cutting out the whole of this bit, I'm just going to cut along this join here on both sides, and then cut out a section there so that the panel that goes here still has some support either side. It probably doesn't matter too much, but I think it'll make it look nicer just having that little section there cut out. So I've already started to mark it up. I'll finish marking it up and get it cut out. So what I decided to do before cutting this out was drill out the corners, just so it'll give me a neat line when I cut it. So I've got both sides cut out now. You can see it just there. Over there. It doesn't look too pretty, but I'll clean them up with the angle grinder, put on a sanding disc. I've also got a little belt sander thing I can use just to clean them up. So I did a little bit of work off camera for a little while, but it's not fully in at the moment. It's just held in by these seatbelt bolts. It's pretty much lined up in the middle. So what I did is I just painted those bits where I cut out, just to give them some protection. So what I need to do is centre punch these holes here, drill them, and I'm just going to drill these ones while it's in place on both sides. So this is day 2 of the roll bar install, so let me quickly run you through what my plan is for today. So I've already drilled out the holes for these bottom plates on both sides, and I still need to drill the holes on the back plates, but I need to take the cage out to do those. But before I do that, I'm going to trim the corners off of this panel both sides so that fits in, and then there's these trim pieces as well which go here, so I'm going to trim the tops off of these as well so that they fit back in there. So I've quickly just marked out the corners with a pen. I'm going to see if I can cut them out using just some tin snips, and if not, I'll just use the angle grinder, make it quick and easy. So it cuts pretty easy with tin snips. So I've test fit this panel and it fits with these little corners cut out. I'm going to use my little belt sander just to clean them up because they're a bit sharp from cutting it. So to make these side panels fit, you've got to trim them back a bit. So what I've done is I've trimmed the edge off here and trimmed this section out as well, so that that plate has room, because it comes up at a right angle just there. So there's room for that now. And then I've also trimmed off this top section, because there's another plate on the roll bar which sits on top of that where the seat belt comes through. So I've got the driver's side to do, so I'll quickly get that done, and then I should be able to put it all together. So as you can see, I've got the roll cage fully bolted in now. I had to do a bit more trimming on these plastic panels. I just had to clear that corner there and then trim a section off here, because there's a big panel that goes over this to cover all the wiring. So I'd done that both sides. So that panel fits in now. Roll cage is bolted in all the way. Seat bolts are almost in, just got to do that bottom bolt. But I can get this panel back in now. Then start to put the carpet in, and before I put the seats in, I'm going to give it a good hoover out. As you can see, it's all bitty down there. So I'll hoover it, get the seats in, and then job done. Unfortunately, I lost my last bit of footage from the other day, but as you can see, I've got the roll bar fully installed now. I did have to cut a little bit out of the carpet just to fit around the back legs, but I'll quickly show you what I had to do to make it fit. So what I did to make the carpet fit around these rear legs was I just cut into it along the other side and then cut out this circle shape, so it just folds around the back leg. There's a bit of Velcro on there, just holds the carpet down, so I've did that on both sides. It fits around really nicely. I'm really happy with the way that this roll bar install turned out. The next mod I'm going to be doing, I've got a bucket seat and harness. So hopefully, if the weather holds out, I'll be able to get that installed next weekend. Thanks for watching this video.